Who are the top 5 Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks of all time? Where does Dak Prescott rank on that list? The answer's coming right up. Greetings, Cowboy fans. Gino from Cowboys Coffee Talk. Today, I'm ranking the top 5 Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks of all time. This is one of a series of videos I'm doing, ranking the top Cowboys position by position and culminating in the top 10 greatest Cowboys of all time. If you do want to see more of those videos, as well as other Cowboys content, please subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button below. Now let's begin. Being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys is the most high-profile position in all of sports. It comes with a lot of fanfare and a lot of pressure as well. Many legends, Hall of Famers, and great players have worn the mantle. Here's my list of top 5. Before I do begin, I do want to say that Dak Prescott did not make this list. And the reason he did not is that he just has over 4 years of experience at this point. I'm quite certain that he will crack the top 5 and perhaps even challenge in the top spot before all is said and done. But for the time being, here are the top 5. Number 5, Dandy Don Meredith. The first in a long line of great Cowboys quarterbacks. He helped bring the team from expansion team to championship contender in the early years of the franchise. While he didn't have the same playoff success that some of the others enjoyed on this list, and he did retire when the Cowboys still had the moniker next year's champion. Still a legend. He went on to a career in acting and broadcasting, and number 5 on this list. Number 4, Danny White. Now Danny White got a pretty raw deal, being the guy that bridged the gap between Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman, and he was also the reason the Cowboys didn't draft Joe Montana. But if you put those two things aside, it's easy to forget that he was a very talented quarterback, and he owned the records for passing in a single season, passing yards and touchdowns, longer than any other quarterback in franchise history. Number 3, Tony Romo. Easily the most polarizing player in the history of the franchise. You have half the fan base that thinks he's a surefire Hall of Famer, and another half that thinks he's a total choke artist. The truth is definitely somewhere in between. But one thing that can't be denied, even by his staunchest critics, is that he was a great quarterback. He's the all-time leader in every major statistical passing category in franchise history. He leads the franchise in game-winning drives and fourth-quarter comebacks, more than Troy Aikman and more than Roger Staubach. His lack of playoff success and being just a smidge under the true elite guys of his era, like the Mannings, Bradys, Rodgers, and Brees, rank him slightly below the top 2 on this list for that reason, but well deserving of the 3rd spot. And hopefully, if all goes well, Dak Prescott may challenge for that 3rd spot and maybe overtake him. Number 2 on this list is Troy Aikman. Now, if you look at Troy Aikman's stats, they're not at all that impressive. He only threw for over 20 touchdown passes once in his career. His career high in passing yards was just over 3,400, but that was simply because the Cowboys had a run-first offense. What made Troy Aikman stand out was his leadership and the fact that he was a winner. His 11-4 playoff record is one of the best in franchise history. He's the only quarterback on this list who actually has a higher passer rating in the postseason than he does in the regular season. And for those of us that remember those 3 Super Bowl teams of the 90s, Troy Aikman did definitely raise his level of play in the postseason. And that brings us to number 1 on this list, and that's Roger Staubach. Now, Roger Staubach was known many different ways by Cowboy fans. He was called Captain America, Captain Comeback, Roger the Dodger. But whatever nickname you called him by, everyone agrees that he is the greatest quarterback in franchise history, and quite possibly the greatest Dallas Cowboy of all time. Roger Staubach was the face of the franchise and the poster boy for the 70s dynasty that earned the moniker America's Team. His win-loss record is better than any other quarterback in franchise history, and his touchdown to interception ratio was exceptional for his era. While all his passing records have been broken because the game has evolved and passing statistics are a little inflated today, one record remains, which is postseason touchdown passes. And while he no longer holds the title for most fourth quarter comebacks or game-winning drives, when it comes to captain comeback, it was more quality over quantity, with memorable comeback victories such as divisional round playoff and the Hail Mary pass against the Vikings. Roger Staubach accomplished much during his career, and one can only imagine how much more he could have accomplished if he didn't miss his first 4 years of his career while serving in Vietnam. Either way, Roger Staubach is undoubtedly the number one quarterback on this list, and again, a true contender for greatest Cowboy of all time. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Leave a comment if you do have a different opinion or you would have ranked some of these quarterbacks in a different order. Until then, go Cowboys.